We wanted to give an update on what's happening with the metadata XML project. And so this was presented in Sydney as the plan of what was going to happen. And there has been progress since that time. There's been the documentation of the XML. It's part of the GeodesiML. Oh, and by the way, if you're not familiar with the background on this, some of the higher level background and motivation is going to be given in a plenary talk tomorrow. So I'm skipping over that for today. So some of this, you just have to get the background later. So a couple of groups are working on the tests of the GeoServer, which is a way of presenting the XML information. We want to get software availability and do some sandbox exploration. And at this meeting, so some of that has happened, and at this meeting we wanted to get the people that are interested together to discuss and evaluate the progress to date and talk about where we need to put our emphasis next. We had just as a group, the Data Center Working Group adopted the GeodesiML as the mechanism that we would use. The implementation was yet to begin. Since then, work has taken place at these institutions that you see here, doing various aspects of making this project move forward. Geoscience Australia has been really critical because they're supporting the GeodesiML itself and the tools that you can use with it. Rob has been working extensively with getting site logs encoded into GeodesiML. UNAVCO and BKG have been investigating the GeoServer mechanism of presenting the XML metadata through the Open Geospatial Consortium web services. So with the resources at Geoscience Australia now include a lot of documentation on the current 0.4 release of GeodesiML. You go to the website, I'll show a screenshot, and then they have a code repository. There's now a forum where you can submit questions, and they have a user interface where you can see it's a site log manager interface. This is the website to get an introduction to GeodesiML and then get entry into the tools. This is the GitHub site. This is at Geoscience Australia. And this is their site log manager interface. So I think each of these is available on this. So at UNAVCO, our emphasis has been on working with GeoServer, which is a mechanism to output the site log metadata in the GeodesiML XML. And there's some work to do to put that together by creating the schema mapping for the database to GeodesiML. We have a poster, UNAVCO, at this session yesterday and today, and I'm not going to talk too much about this here because you can come and talk to me there. I think time is getting a little short. I can talk with you about this diagram if you come to the poster and you're interested in GeoServer. It's a mechanism that helps move this project along. Okay, so the conclusions, GeoServer is going to be a valuable way of outputting the GeodesiML. What we want to do next at UNAVCO through our support of the IGS Central Bureau is using the Sitelog Manager database, which we haven't done this yet, make that work with GeoServer and output the XML from the Sitelog Manager database. Okay, so what we want to have happen through some conversations here, maybe tomorrow at lunchtime after you eat lunch, if you're interested in talking about this effort. I would like to meet with those, Karine especially, to look ahead at how we take into account some of her experience, make some recommendations for the next version of the XML schema, for example. So maybe for a half hour at the end of the lunch hour tomorrow, we can meet outside in that little square area outside the lunch for people who are interested in talking about that.